Everyone, welcome back. Sorry for the video not being up yesterday. I do apologize. Just kind of a busy day. Hope everyone is having a great Saturday so far, and thank you all for joining me. So let's just jump right into it. We've seen that the market was completely, the pendulum swings, I call it, because one day it was up 1,500 points, complete swing around, and then it turned around the very next day and fell 400 points. So the Dow closed down yesterday around 400 points down. These markets are so volatile. They're so disconnected. Like I said the last video, they're so disconnected from reality and the current economy. You know, we got the CPI numbers, and these investors, they must just be on a emotional roller coaster, you know, up and down, and when we know it should just be down completely, because there's nothing in this market that indicates that things are turning around, that we're beating inflation, because if anything, we're losing the race against inflation. And we have this administration that continues to print money like, you know, it's just never ending supply. I know I go over some of the same basic things, but I do have new subscribers, so for anyone that's new to my channel, thank you. It's currently misting here. I am loving the rain. So let's jump right into yesterday's news, I should say. So we have 71% of people saying inflation is eating away everything that they have saved. That is so sad. I mean, these are people that's worked their entire lives to prepare for their retirement, and they're finding themselves with their savings, you know, completely decimated, wiped out, and they're going to probably have to be working longer now. 53% of boomers say they are behind in savings, okay? Generation X says 51% of them are behind in savings, and millennials 34%, and Generation Z are Generation Z 27% behind in their savings. This is crazy. We have they were saying yesterday on Fox Business that Americans can't stop spending. I guess people got the stimulus. They were thinking, oh, this is great. This is free money. You know, let's go out and buy things. We weren't really going to work, you know, because of the pandemic. Now we're in this mindset that Americans can't stop spending. They're not spending on things such as, you know, like home repairs, electronics, stuff, furniture. They're spending it on trips and dining out, or clothes, you know, things of that nature. They're basically subsidizing their lifestyle with credit cards. They're living beyond their means. And you got to remember, what we do today greatly impacts our tomorrow, okay? It's just like when you're practicing with your firearm, there with that old expression, practice makes perfect. No, it doesn't. Perfect form or technique makes perfect, because bad technique makes permanent, right? Properly, and that's being sensible with your finances. You know, just because you have a credit card, it doesn't mean we just need to spend it. If you're going over 2008, we did know that banks were freezing the credit cards because people were living off of those and maxing them out. Same thing's happening again. LA County, this is really crazy to me. LA County considering service providers over police officers in what they refer to as non-violent situations. That is completely crazy. These people will be unarmed, going out to mental health, homeless people, which we know that those situations can become volatile very quickly. So as I was saying, there's another way to demonize the police or defund the police, only happening here in the blue cities. They were saying that crime is surging amongst the blue cities. I have noticed in my area a rise in homeless people, and you know, they're still human beings, and my heart goes out to these people. I know a lot of them are, you know, drug addicts, but they always say never judge a person until you walk a mile in their shoes. I know there's a lot of them that have mental health issues and they don't want to become clean, but you know, it's still a very sad and tragic situation. So, you know, I was saying our actions today impacts our tomorrows. So just keep that in mind. We all want to have nice things and go shopping and go on trips and stuff, but sometimes, you know, We have to really pull it in, especially when we see what is going on in the economy. You know, it's serious. And they were saying right now that people making $100,000 a year are living basically paycheck to paycheck. And when you think about that, you know, of course every situation is different, but you have to factor in, are people, they're just spending too much money. They have too much debt, and that's what it boils down to. I have taken the liberty to get my debt paid off. I want to be in debt right now, especially with how the economy is looking. It's not wise thing, you know. So minimizing your debt if you can, getting that paid down, paid off, you know, is essential. I have to reiterate, because when I said in my last video that Bank of America said 175,000 people were going to be laid off from their branches, it wasn't their branches, it was 175,000 people who are going to be laid off every month during this inflation. Can you fathom that? 175 job losses every single month? That's substantial. That's scary. If you have a job, be grateful. It's going to come of that, you know. Again, I think people, and I always say, people should live their lives and be happy and do what makes you happy. Don't live life to please somebody else. You have to live your life to be happy. And that's one of the things that I found, that you can't be a people pleaser. You're not going to please and make everybody happy. You have to make yourself happy, because in the end it boils down to you. And as you can see, our weather here is finally changing for the better, the cooler, and it's kind of misting right now, and I absolutely love everything about fall and winter. It's my favorite time of the year. You know, when I was growing up, I used to love summer, but I think I associated summer with just because I was out of school. But as I got older, I really learned to enjoy the fall and winter months. So I'm just going to end it here, everybody. I have a hair appointment today, and I need to go get ready for that. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. Be happy. You know, life is still beautiful, and it's moments that make things special in life, you know, the little things. And so until next time, I wish all you well. Take care, and God bless.
Accessories, jewelry, cosmetics, because they want to look good and go out. They're spending money on travel, and that's going to keep happening too until they run out of money. So far, that happens.
That's part of the only live now, the only live once kind of yellow kind of thing that permeates particularly the younger millennial type area. I do want to ask you about that though, because on Friday we saw consumer credit, the largest single loan jump in history.
How do we get some peace back into our communities and start to address the rising threats of crime that communities all over the country?
Well, first of all, most of the people I know are just outright furious at any notion of defunding the police. I had accounts found this yesterday here in Kansas City of a police officer shot in Independence, Missouri, part of my district. It just saddened me to sit here and watch one of them crying because their son was willing to put his life on the line to protect this community. And so I think that
to address calls involving mental health and homelessness, for example, but law enforcement shares these situations can quickly turn dangerous, posing a threat to the responders and the community.
You'll find out too late when it's not nonviolent. And there's no magical way to know when a situation escalates. It can happen in the drop of a hat. They call it reimagining public safety, but they don't ask their own constituents, are they interested in this or not?